We're going to talk about one of the most common financial moves people make. It seems totally normal, maybe even necessary. But what if I told you it could be the single biggest thing standing between you and a seven-figure net worth? Yeah, I'm talking about your car. Look at this number, $1.9 million. And no, that's not a lottery ticket. That is the potential lifetime cost, the opportunity cost of just buying a new car over and over again. This is the amount of wealth that can literally vanish from your future, all for that new car smell. And that huge loss? It all starts with a simple monthly payment. The average payment for a new car has shot past $745. For a used one, it's over $500. We've somehow normalized having a car payment forever, like it's just another bill. But it's not. It's a massive anchor dragging down your ability to build real wealth. So how does this actually happen? How does a car do this much damage? Well, it comes down to two really powerful, destructive financial forces that get supercharged when you buy a car. Let's break down these wealth killers one by one. First up, depreciation. The funny thing is, we all kind of know this happens, we accept it, but we almost never stop to think about how brutal it really is. A car isn't an asset like a house that might go up in value. Nope, it's a machine that starts losing money literally the second you drive it off the lot. Just look at how fast it is. You could buy a $40,000 car, and in the 10 minutes it takes you to drive it home, it's already lost about 20% of its value. That's $8,000. Poof, gone. It's like you just took a pile of cash and lit it on fire. But here's the wild part. As bad as depreciation is, it's not even the worst of it. The true wealth killer, the one that leads to that million-dollar mistake, is opportunity cost. This is all about the money you didn't get to invest. It's the future you gave up the moment you signed that loan paper. This slide lays it out perfectly. Two paths. On the left, you've got the car buyer. They pour that $745 a month into a car that's losing value every single day. After years of payments, what do they have? Something worth a tiny fraction of what they paid. But on the right, the investor takes that exact same $745 and just puts it in a simple index fund. Over a career, that money doesn't disappear. It compounds into over $1 million. Same money, wildly different results. So you're probably thinking, if the math is this clear, why does everybody fall into this trap? Well, listen, it's not entirely your fault. There's a whole system out there, a mix of psychological tricks and social pressure that's basically designed to keep you signing on that dotted line. This question right here, this is probably the most manipulative question in the entire auto industry. A car salesperson almost never asks what total price you want to pay. They go straight for the monthly payment. And they're not doing it to help you. They're doing it to distract you from the total cost and lock you into a really long debt cycle. And here's the math behind that little trick. To get you that affordable monthly payment, they just stretch the loan out to 84 months. That's 7 years. You might feel like you got a deal because the payment is low, but look at the interest. You end up paying nearly 3 times more in interest compared to a shorter loan, all for that lower payment. It's a trap. And beyond the dealership, there's this bigger cultural thing going on. We see a neighbor pull up in a brand new SUV and we think, wow, they must be doing great. But what we're doing is confusing the appearance of wealth with actual wealth. That shiny car is often just a symbol of debt, not a sign of real riches. I absolutely love this quote because it just flips the whole script. True wealth is invisible. It's the money you didn't spend. It's the investments that are quietly compounding in your account. It's the financial freedom that lets you make choices, not the fancy car that keeps you chained to a job you might not even like. Okay, so we've spent a lot of time on the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. Because there is a way to own a reliable car without totally wrecking your financial future. It just requires a completely different strategy. It's actually a pretty simple 3-step plan. First, buy used. Let somebody else take that huge 20% depreciation hit. Second, follow a really strict financing rule. We're going to cover that in just a second. And third, drive that car for at least a decade. The whole goal is to kill your car payment for as long as you possibly can. This is it. This is the concrete formula for buying a car the smart way, the 20-3-8 rule. If you have to get a loan, you need 20% down. the loan can't be for more than 3 years or 36 months, and the total monthly payment, everything included, can't be more than 8% of your gross monthly income. If you can't make the numbers work with this rule, you just can't afford the car. Period. And this right here is the ultimate goal. The moment you make that last payment, your car transforms. It becomes an engine for building wealth. Every single month that you drive it without a payment is a month where you can take that $745 and pay yourself first, shoveling it directly into your investments and getting you closer to real financial freedom. So ultimately, a car should be a tool that serves your life, not a master that you serve with endless payments. It really all comes down to this one question. Is the vehicle in your driveway a tool helping you get ahead, or is it $1 million roadblock keeping you from where you really want to be? The choice is yours.